In today's video, we're going to take you inside one of the best abandoned prisons in all of America. Unfortunately, at that same time, it's also one of the hardest and most sketchiest places there is to explore. With actual state police on site 24/7, you definitely don't want to get caught here, because if you do, you better expect to be taken straight to jail, and you'll be lucky to get any of your camera equipment back.
I'd rather be inside.
The gigantic stone medieval prison dates back to the 1800s, and with so much inmate violence, it quickly became notorious for being one of the most brutal prisons in the world.
So we have to go through this down into the courtyard and then get in those buildings somehow.
Okay.
And then in the middle is where the death row is.
Okay.
Although it's been abandoned since 1992, in 2020, large parts of the prison were destroyed by a massive tornado, in turn creating an eerie post-apocalyptic atmosphere, and in addition showcasing some of the most unique abandoned prison photographs in the entire world.
Yeah, but this ain't the cell box yet.
Yeah, no.
I think we're good back here.
It definitely is. That's why.
So that's death row. Yeah, that's death row.
So the tornado took all this down.
Yeah.
This abandoned state prison has a rich and storied history that dates back to its original construction in 1898. Interestingly, the prison was a strategically designed correctional facility that was supposed to be primarily focused on prisoner rehabilitation as opposed to punishment. But unfortunately, as the years passed on, the prison became known for its harsh conditions, violence, and extreme brutality more than anything else. It was originally built as a maximum security prison and was intended to house the most dangerous of criminals in the entire state, including murderers, kidnappers, and rapists. In direct response to the overwhelming number of violent prisoners being sent to the facility, the state built an execution chamber for death row inmates, which would go on to electrocute more than 100 inmates and become one of the most notorious electric chairs in the entire country. By the early 1900s, the prison gained a painful reputation for its awful living conditions and its brutal, inhumane treatment of the inmates. Despite its murderous reputation, the prison was also known for its architectural splendor and beauty, featuring Gothic-style stone towers, round turrets, and a parapet wall that gave it a medieval castle-like appearance.
This used to all be indoors right here. You can see there's a water fountain outside now. This used to all be indoor. Alright, we're gonna go try to get into the better cell blocks now.
Throughout the years, the prison underwent several renovations and additions to try and help accommodate the ever-growing inmate population in the state and to try and improve the prisoners' aging infrastructure. However, by the 1980s, the prison was in a state of serious disrepair and was permanently closed in 1992, primarily due to the budget constraints and major overcrowding issues.
This is nothing. We gotta go down to the middle admin.
Administrative ad?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We gotta try to go left down that hallway. Go to the left to get to the cell block.
You can see the guy like right out there. You can't see him.
There's a guy out there?
Well, you can see the guard, his car.
His car.
But he's not gonna be able to see us inside. It's too dark.
Can we go left right here or no? Oh, we gotta go up those steps.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I don't know. The cell blocks are here.
The cell blocks are here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's avoid the front door for now.
I don't think we can see it.
If we can see his car, bro. There's a truck like right at the front door. Nothing. No. Yes, dude.
Yo, this is nuts.
That's what we came for.
That's so fire.
Since its closure, the prison has been featured in several movies and television shows, including The Green Mile, The Last Castle, and Walk the Line. The prison had also become a popular destination for ghost hunters and urban explorers alike, who are drawn to its storied history, its state of decay, the eerie atmosphere, and its reported paranormal activity.
It's kind of sketch, but like the top of the window with the bars, it's just all collapsed. You can see like the city behind it. It's crazy. Up here, the shots up here are really good.
Yeah, I'm coming up there right after this. So you can see here, this entire cell block collapsed. So the cells are like outside now. I'm being quiet because there's a truck right on the other side of the wall.
Unfortunately, in the years since its 1992 closure, the historic prison would again make national headlines in recent years. In 2020, a devastating tornado ripped through parts of the state, leaving a path of destruction in its wake, including the old state prison. The tornado, with winds reaching over 150 miles an hour, caused extensive damage to the facility, leaving several buildings without roofs and completely collapsed. The tornado winds tore through the prison, destroying its aging buildings, uprooted trees, and caused widespread chaos. The aftermath of the tornado highlighted the importance of disaster preparedness and the challenges that these places face when trying to preserve our nation's history. It also underscored the vulnerability of these aging structures and just how susceptible they can become to natural disasters and Mother Nature's furious wrath. In the 1930s, Tennessee State Prison became notorious for its use of convict leasing, a system where prisoners were rented out to private companies for labor, often in inhumane, brutal conditions. In addition to its massive, imposing, and intimidating exterior, the prison also had a number of notable inmates throughout its history. One of the most infamous inmates was none other than James Earl Ray, who was convicted of assassinating Martin Luther King Jr. on April 4th, 1968. Ray pled guilty to avoid the death penalty and was sentenced to 99 years in prison on March 10th, 1969. Ray initially served his sentence at Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary in the small sleepy town of Petros, Tennessee. In 1977, after a series of escape attempts and coupled with the drastically deteriorating conditions at Brushy Mountain, Ray was transferred to nearby Tennessee State Prison in Nashville. Ray was quite the criminal. Along with 6 other inmates, he managed to escape from Brushy Mountain on June 10, 1977. He was recaptured 2 days later, though. Ray's presence at Tennessee State Prison was a significant security concern due to his notoriety.
Alright, so we're gonna try and go get into this next cell block down here. And then this right here is supposed to be death row, I believe. So then we'll go check that out pretty soon. So it looks like it's wide open right there.
Today, although large sections are collapsed and seriously damaged, the old prison still stands as a haunting reminder of the tragic events that will forever remain part of the prison's historical legacy. While the prison may no longer house inmates, its rusted bars, dilapidated corridors, and crumbling cell blocks still bear the weight of the prison's troubled past. In conclusion, the history of this once notorious state prison is a complex and fascinating tale of crime, punishment, and ultimately redemption. While the prison may no longer serve its original purpose, its impact on the people and its inhabitants will never be forgotten.
So this cell block is really cool. Different colored doors. I love the basket weave prison doors. Probably one of my favorites to photograph. This is a very cool block right here. Nice symmetrical shot. See, look at the ironwork details above every single cell. That's really cool. Just incredible paint peel in here. Again, here's another look at the cells. They are just so small. No desks. See, there's like a little shelf above the bed up there. You guys can't see, but right out there, maybe you can. There's like 20 cars in the parking lot. Trucks, cars, there's trailers on the site. So I'm gonna stay away from that side because the wall's completely collapsed, so security would be able to see me. There's security in the booth right out front. And then there's also a truck parked like 10 feet from the front door that we walked up to.
In the mid-20th century, at nearby Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, a young deer accidentally fell over the high stone wall into the prison yard. Disoriented and injured, the deer was discovered by inmates, who instead of harming it, chose to actually care for it. Recognizing the need for better facilities, the deer was eventually moved to Tennessee State Prison in Nashville. There, inmates continued to nurture and rehabilitate the deer, forming a bond that brought a sense of compassion and normalcy to their lives. The story garnered media attention, highlighting the humanity that can exist within the most unlikely of places. The deer lived out its days at the prison, leaving a lasting legacy of hope and empathy.
Alright, let's go check out Death Row. This place is covered in tags. That's whack. We'll look through this place. Alright, so this is the death row block. If you were sent here, there was no chance of you ever going home. I believe there was 125 people were executed in this block. Look how disgusting that is. Cell block number 2. So these were 2-man cells. The rest of the place was all one. So that's behind the cells.
2 or 3 more rows of cells.
Is there?
There's this, I think, 2 more. It's dark.
Oh, this one's dark. It's kind of cool though.
What is this stuff all over the wall?
I know.
That is
Is
crazy.
that just like they painted the wall?
Crayons? I've seen it in so many cells.
So, kind of quick in here. It's because it's really dark. I probably can't even take any photos. Look at the paint peel. Alright, I'm gonna go check out the last cell block now. Look at those doors. There's a bed. Some more holding cells over here, it looks like. This is the last death row cell block. It's probably the best one to take photos because it's got some natural light. Look at these lights. This one's still got the mattress. It's like the first mattress I've seen in the entire prison. Alright, I'm gonna take a couple photos real quick. And then we're gonna keep it moving and try to see maybe 1 or 2 more buildings before we get out of here. This entire bunk collapsed. So this is the death row electric chair room. You can see right here on this concrete pad is where they had the original electric chair. I believe there was 100 to 125 inmates that were executed in this room, right in this location where the electric chair used to be.
As we come to the end of today's video on this violent abandoned state prison, we hope that you all enjoy it and maybe even learned a few things. For more photos, make sure you check out our website at abandonedcentral.com. And don't forget, subscribe to Abandoned Central on YouTube so that you get all the latest videos. Always subscribe, share, comment, like. The support is always appreciated, friends. Thank you.